Well, I mean, first off, I do want to say that while I was away, shout out to these guys for arranging the 3 bears that I have on my stream.
Don't give them credit for that.
That
was all Mark.
That was all me.
Well, let's just say that Winnie the Pooh is giving and receiving right now. So, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well played.
Manny, I'm gonna send you the picture.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. So, but also, we do have to talk about, where we've been.
Send it to Cubby, actually.
Where we've been as NA, we haven't needed to raise NA a little bit, and that's because and NA's done it. It's been raised.
One might even say it raised more in our absence.
It did. It actually did.
So are we cursing NA by doing this again?
We might be cursing NA by doing the podcast.
So can we run through what's happened since our last episode?
Well, since the last episode, APA got promoted.
Yes.
Right after.
Holy shit. That's
we did it with APA, and then he got promoted.
Yes.
So we can take credit.
Yeah.
Got players, branding matters, all right? So that's step 1.
And
then NRG won LCS. Also, I mean, I will say that raising an A, it's going to return today, and then we're going to witness NA fisting EU. So I feel like if EU wins, then we should probably just never do the podcast again for the good of the region. That's actually no.
Are you taking that?
No, not at all. I'm saying this facetiously.
See, that shows the lack of NA faith that you have.
No, I said we are going to fist EU. It's in the announcement for the tweet.
Right. But then if BDS wins, then
the podcast, and we might be hurting NA. Actually.
Right.
Raising NA might be stealing the thunder from NA.
So I'm saying, are you so confident that you're able to do an extra bet on top of that?
Yeah, and GG is going to 3-1 or 3-0 BDS tonight. And I will do an extra bet on top of it within reasonable ramifications.
Okay. I mean, I'm not the one betting you against that. I'm just trying to see if there's an EU fan out there, that will take the bet on you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just kind of want you to rival or live up to JoJo-inspired top 5, duos.
I mean, nothing can beat that. I would need to have what you guys just had for myself, and then we could come up with.
You know what? So I want to revisit that briefly.
The tweet?
Yeah, because when you made that, and why it was so controversial, was it because it was something that you truly believed in, and therefore that's why I was like, wait, so this is a joke, right? And you're like, no, I fully believe this. And they're like, wow, you're just actually stupid.
Okay, so it was a LCS asked for hot takes, right?
Yeah.
And in a lot of meetings that we were in, Kelsey was yelling at both Josh and I, but mostly me, for our takes not being hot enough on broadcast.
Oh, yeah, true.
And for the record, I had much hotter takes on broadcast. If you go through the Academy broadcast, at one point I said, I think Shaden will win more LCS MVPs than Blabber. All right? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's far hotter than saying JoJo Inspired we're a top 5 mid-jungle duo in the world.
Yeah.
So I was like, they asked for a hot take. I was like, fuck it. Someone responded, and I listed out the 5 mid-jungle duos, and then I got circled to Forest and Dom. And I mean, I won't stand by anything I said when it comes to LPL. I think that I wasn't fully kept up on the league, and I think some of my biases from the past got me there. But it was more of I reasoned it out as a thought exercise, as well, if I were actually to mean they were the top 5, I would have put them at top 10 at that point. Mm-hmm. I do think at that time, the time I tweeted it, this is a argument of class versus form. I will say that at the time I tweeted it, they were playing better than Yankos and Caps. And they were playing better. I don't remember where Showmaker Canyon were at the moment. They were kind of trolling in LCK. But they picked it up at the end.
Yeah.
And then some of the LPL mid-jungles that people were arguing, I would not argue for at the time. I think Cream is sick as fuck, but whoever Cream and his jungler...
Talking about you, Mazel.
Yeah, I don't
Guys
think...
all over your team.
Yeah, I think there was an LCS segment where Emily Rand listed off 15, and that was pretty funny. But she would put ahead.
So Matt, right now, Palafox contracts Where are you going to rank them? Where are you
How many
gonna
teams are at Worlds?
Are they top blank? They're top blank at Worlds.
How many teams are going to Worlds?
We need something for the title.
Dude.
We need the title of this episode to be Contracts and Palafox are a top blank mid-jungle duo in the world.
Dude,
that would bang.
Unironically, I mean, this is where I'd argue like class versus form. I think the best mid-jungle duo that's being sent by NA, it might be the one playing tonight, if we're going to be honest.
River Gory.
It depends on what form M&S is in for the tournament, but
It also depends on what form Gory is in for the tournament. If he gives us the same
Yeah.
form that against TL series, like I said this earlier when I was doing my pick'ems live.
yeah, I'll take Blabber over River, but I think those are the best two junglers.
Yeah.
right?
And like,
Yeah.
I think Gory. I still argue that Gory was like the number one mid we had throughout the regular season. Which
What over JoJo?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Sorry, I'm trolling.
Going to Worlds, going to Worlds.
I-
Ellis
going to Worlds.
caster, by the way.
Yeah.
So number 2.
Yeah, number
So you
two.
think he's shit?
I mean, technically, EU's going to be number 2 tonight, and they are shit. So
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think Gory was the best performing mid from the regular season of the 4 teams we were sending. However, he shit the bed in the TL series. So if we're going to get a lower standard than what we are used to from his regular season, then I would rather have more faith in like AP Pioshik or Trax Palafox.
I have the most
Wow.
faith out of any player going to Worlds. I actually have the most faith in Blabber, Berserker, and C9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then up next might be GG. I'm gonna be honest. It might actually be GG.
Yeah.
I mean, the charitable interpretation of it is GG didn't show up in playoffs and Cloud9 got punched in the mouth hard enough to motivate them to
C9
actually get-
I don't know. We've seen River internationally before, and he's
C9 had a bad day. I mean, how
They
many?
still almost won.
I think Javin's gonna get banned every game today.
Probably.
Yeah, it's really good in the Adams champ pool too. Like Olaf Darius, just play Javin. Yeah.
I mean, feel like Jarvan's gonna get banned throughout the
See-
entire tournament.
we're gonna see a lot of Javin bans.
It took me way too long to figure out what you meant by Javin.
Javin the fourth.
Do you not like pronouncing your R's, Cubby?
No, I just think it's funny to
Oh, okay.
pronounce champs differently.
I was about to say.
I'm trying to be LS here. Nasus, Atrox,
Aatrox was the word.
Aatrox was bad. That was bad.
I could never tell if he sincerely thought that's how you pronounced it, or if he was like doing that as like a
It's an AA wrong. Come
impression farming tool. Which,
AA
if
wrong.
if it's the latter, then I respect it. Because then people are like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he saying this champ name wrong? And so then that engages you to watch his content, and then they're like, oh, okay.
on. Yeah, typos are always for impressions and interaction.
Yeah, that's why I said top 5 mid jungle duo of JoJo and Inspired. Come on, that was a typo, obviously. Yeah,
Impression.
Typo.
yeah come on.
Yeah, 5 was
All
supposed to
about
be a
impressions,
15, my
baby.
bad.
Come on, guys.
First time chatter Squirkle_most_fab_turtle says, do you guys think there will be any out of pocket picks tonight?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we have,
Adam exists.
yeah. Also,
Who
like,
he licorice.
I mean, we haven't seen this. We haven't seen competitive league at this level in multiple patches. There's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
there's gonna be picks that like
People think are good and are not.
that always happens early in Worlds. Yeah,
That can
and
be
we'll-
good or bad.
Yeah.
We've never seen competitive league at this level.
Yeah, true.
You see how it changed.
Yeah, true.
have
I
to
mean,
say.
it is the EU 4th seed. That's pretty shit. Yeah. Yeah.
We all saw what happened to Mad Lions last year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. First game of the new patch. I do want to hit on some of the stuff though, like outside of Worlds, because I think that as we get closer to Worlds, we'll talk more about Worlds. It'll be more fun. As tonight is Worlds, as NA is going to spank EU. I want that to count for Worlds selfishly. But Manny, we were talking about how NA has been raised as we've been on our sabbatical. What else has happened in NA that did some raising?
Is this a segue to most LA thing of the week?
I mean, not yet. I was
Okay,
gonna do
what's
more
this
raised.
a segue to then?
Just gonna do more. How else did NA get raised while we were gone?
Well, NRG won.
M&S had a thing.
Oh God, we're
I
not
don't know if
talking
that's
about
raising
that.
NA.
We are not talking about M&S's first
I feel like if anything,
ever
It might be racing
transgression.
NA.
I feel like if anything,
Never
he
happened
was
before.
trying to raise EU. Like Genghis Khan raised.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
see?
depends on how you
Well,
spell
some
it.
wordplay right there.
Well, it could
Each of
be
us.
RAISE or RAZE.
Oh!
Yeah, he just said that.
Yeah,
Good idea,
raised.
man. Actually,
Yeah.
fuck you, Matt.
He just pulled a Rafa.
Manny said it louder. Yeah.
I've been listening to Mark.
He said it second.
Let's go. He's learning.
There's a beautiful,
Fist bumps.
beautiful
Why
story about Mark in his first LCS story meeting.
Yeah,
It wasn't the
my
first.
One of his first.
It was my first.
in Cubby's first LCS story meeting.
It was funny.
guys.
It was one of the first times that I started contributing more and felt confident to share my ideas.
And then immediately realized how bad of an idea it was.
No,
and you were crushed immediately.
Oh God! As soon as I said something.
it wasn't a bad idea. It
was
was
good, but it's just
unfortunately
very
a
funny.
repeated idea
It was very close.
that
It
I
was
did not realize had already been said.
Yeah, I don't know what other ways have we been raised. APA has been good. TL made it to Worlds. NRG won. That's it. Here's the question.
Our
actually.
number one seed
We had an
team
influencer team.
is sending the most native players since fuck. I looked up this earlier because I wanted
Probably since like 2014 or 15.
It has to be since 2014.
2014 probably. Yeah.
3 natives.
So here's my question. If they do okay, even all right, like let's say all right, if they make top 8, let's say that,
What team?
NRG, do they meaningfully change NA roster construction for next year?
I think they already have, because teams have that much lack of faith in terms of international performance, and NRG's system already proved that for a roster that doesn't cost as much, you can take down rosters that cost more.
Yep.
With the way that you do imports, I
FlyQuest helped them.
yeah, I mean, yeah, like if you continue to like, I don't know. Well, what do you think, Josh? That
I don't know.
On,
I feel
on
like
par? No, does it matter? I don't even think it matters.
Would
That's my thing.
NRG be the closest thing we've had to a Moneyball team in the history of LCS?
I mean, there have been a lot of Moneyball teams that haven't won, and Moneyball teams usually don't win in baseball.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Right,
So
they actually don't win. That's right.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like EG this split was a Moneyball team, and they did
True.
really well.
yeah.
They were arguably like they could have been one of our
Yeah.
top 4.
I guess so. I think Moneyball implies intentionality.
I feel like EG was fairly intentional with it.
I suppose they did intentionally drop their entire roster.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in terms of a cohesive
Yeah.
year-long strategy.
I mean, there were cuts, right? So like they
Yeah.
kind of had to in that theory. Also, Manny, can you keep an eye on the Uber Eats tab?
Yes, I can.
Also, have we had
They're
any
still
subs yet?
preparing our order.
Outstanding.
Have we
Yeah,
had any
we
subs
will have to
yet?
keep track of subs.
We've gotten 0 subs.
0 subs. Okay, no
Or
dogs.
actually, no. Wait, hang on. We have 1
From
Ooh.
how long ago?
We were halfway there.
32 minutes ago, so I think that counts.
All right, that counts.
Ooh, that
Who was it?
for sure counts.
One more sub, and Josh takes out the dogs on the air.
Yeah,
He lets them out.
on air.
I'm just saying,
They're biters.
everyone that is tuning in, if you actually want to see Joshi's dogs, he is basically selling them for $10. So if you like PayPal him in the
Oh,
future,
no. Someone already paid $5. You just have
Oh,
to pay
someone
an
else
additional
just
$5.
paid $5 too. Butter my Tushi.
Oh, okay.
Wants to
let's-
see the
oh
dogs.
my
All right.
god!
Outstanding.
Unveil them.
Hold on, I'm working on it. I just want you to know, I think the last time I interacted with Butter My Tushi was on Twitter, and they sent me a image of Piplup with a giant boner. So there we go.
Perfect.
I've seen that image. It's quality. Oh,
Oh, look at that.
you know I'm a Joshi simp.
There we go.
Wow, Joshi doing more advertisement for this stream than we've ever done.
Huge.
There they go. They will be
Love that.
on broadcast until I am too cold.
I like that. No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Now I really want to. I need to send Manny the picture.
Oh, the
what?
Bears.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he
I
did.
thought you were gonna say of the Piplup, and I'm like, I mean, I guess.
Mark, we can't get Cubby banned again.
Oh my God. Tim just said, "Can you play Who Let the Dogs Out for me in a minute?" and gifted 5 subs to the chat. So, that's a banger. I don't think we can do it.
I don't know,
on-
Mark. That sounds like the socks are about to come off.
I don't think we can do it on this soundboard, as we have a different one compared to what I have my stream set up
Yeah.
on. We may not have that set up. but
Copyright
that's-
rise as well. It's gonna be hell for the VOD.
Maybe we can bark a bit. You know.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can sing
Bark,
it.
bark,
guys wanna
bark,
bark?
bark, bark. Who let the dogs out?
I think that's about the closest we can get.
Dude, could you do the choco for us?
Snoop Dogg. Dude, our neighbors gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Wait, what is going on in
I
there?
thought there were no
I didn't
dogs.
think they had a dog. There are
No
definitely
dogs in the
our
apartment.
building.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
There's some really nice dogs actually.
There's also a very mean little.
Schnauzer thing.
Is it a schnauzer? It doesn't have the
No.
mustache.
Oh no. It honestly, it looks like a chihuahua.
looks like
fluffy chihuahua.
Looks like a corrupted Bashan.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not very happy anytime
close.
he sees another person.
All right. Well, before we get into more world stuff, most LA thing, we've had like 2.5, 3 months of LA stuff that's happened.
I have brought
A lot of banger stories.
a video.
What?
Oh, you did put that in the
So
chat. I hadn't seen
you
it.
guys go first. I've brought
Dude,
material.
I don't even know what I can do for this. It's the most LA thing that's happened of late.
It's really been like the most LA thing in the last like several months.
I mean, I can tell you guys, this isn't the most LA thing. The big pain in the ass I've had is that someone tried to use my credit card fraudulently last week, so I had to cancel it and order a new one. And then just today,
What you got?
I got?
Yeah.
You guys check mail?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just today, I'll activate that later. Just today, I woke up to someone else opening a new credit card like on my account. So I had to like secure that and like put a fraud alert on. Like I
Oh,
changed all my
shit.
passwords, like
That's
deactivated.
crazy.
You're getting owned, dude. Oh,
Yeah, it's not LA. It's just the most US thing that's happened to me this week. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should move to Canada instead.
I don't have any money, so whoever's trying to yoink it, you know, tier 2 casters,
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
probably not the
anything
best target.
that's happened that's particularly LA. Manny and I ran into the pickleballers the other day, as in a couple weeks ago.
Dude, pickleball's getting so popular.
Yeah, that game sucks.
It's like the influencers are playing it now.
Pickleball actually fucking sucks.
Yeah?
I saw it on ESPN in an airport, and I was like, I cannot believe that this is on.
It's like
For all the amount that people make fun of esports, pickleball? You kidding me? They stand in place and they slowly whack it back and forth.
pickleball is like tennis for. It's legitimately though tennis for old people. Like that's
Yeah.
why it was invented.
Yeah, it's great.
Now that we're seeing like people our age playing, it's like pick up a fucking racket.
It's true.
Let's play a game where you actually hit the ball at speed.
Yeah, or
It's
like
like tennis
spin,
where
like
you
you know,
don't
like
have
spin
to
it.
move.
You know, it's like you can't spin it
My
nearly
worst
as much as
nightmare.
pickleball.
Or okay, unironically though, real quick, there's nothing to do with the most LA thing. But if you want to play pickleball, let me teach you how to play squash instead.
Ooh,
Squash, it's like you do it in a room and you hit it against the wall, and it's even though it's got about the same size like a pickleball court, like it's way more fun, and you can accidentally hit your opponent on the ass with your paddle, and you can't do that in pickleball.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Word.
Today I learned that there
About some LA shit.
people on the ass.
Mark, you got an LA thing?
Yeah.
I guess,
It's almost intimidating. Like the last 2.5, 3 months, thinking of like LA shit that's happened.
yeah, because
you
we
know?
haven't gone out nearly as much.
Although I
Yeah.
feel like
Go ahead.
I have not. I know I've not told this on the podcast because we haven't done it in so long, but I'm pretty sure I've told one or two of you guys about this. So Josh was gone for a weekend because he
was?
was at a wedding,
Oh yeah.
and I got two. It'll be back to back. It's basically very terrifying moments.
Mark, I
Yeah.
know what our most LA thing is,
Yeah.
but I'll let you finish.
Okay. So the first one is when Josh was out of town, I had to take care of his car and just like move it towards the other side of the street so that it didn't get,
Ticketed.
taken by the street
Ticketed.
cleaners. Or ticketed, yeah. So I went outside to move it, and the first thing that happened was I go to Josh's car, I take his keys, and I'm plugging in Josh's car key, and it won't turn on. I'm like, well,
You're just like revving the engine, right?
yeah, this kind of
Yeah, yeah.
sucks.
For context, my car got stolen a long time ago, and I got a new set of keys set up, but the old key that had the like fob on it that you could actually like unlock the doors with, I still have it, and it still unlocks my car. But the key that doesn't have the buttons to unlock my car from the outside is the one that actually turns it on. So I have two car keys.
That's clever.
Yeah. So
That's clever.
a
It's
thing
just me
that
being lazy.
Yeah. Now, a thing that I forgot to mention going into this is before I went into the car,
I know this.
I it's like 1 a.m. at this point because Josh is like, hey, don't forget, just move the car over. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I go outside to do that. As I walk outside, I see there's like a dude that I can't really make out in the street. And it's just like in the shadows. And then I'm like, oh, that's weird. And so I'm walking towards Josh's car because it's in that direction. And then he's just kind of limping, staggering. And then he hears my footsteps and he just turns back. And then I'm looking back at him like, I don't know what to do. And then I just hear him go. And in my mind, red flags and sirens sound. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm right by Josh's car. I'm just going to get in Josh's car. I'm going to drive away. I'm going to get the fuck out. And I'm going to wait for him to, go away. That's when I found out that Josh's car is not starting. And I completely forget that Josh has a different key.
Mark was in a horror film.
And I'm panicking because I'm like, I don't know where the fuck this guy is. I'm checking my rear view mirrors. I don't know if he's like behind me. I don't know if he like went around. He's not there. I don't know where the fuck he went, but he could be like anywhere. And like everything in my mind is like playing worst fears imaginable, that he's snuck up right on top of the roof of the car or everything. He's like sitting, waiting outside to kill me. Maybe he's in the fucking backseat and I don't even know. And so I'm about to fucking panic and I'm like, okay, you know what? I just need to call Josh or text him and be like, okay, where's the keys? And then I check my pockets. My pockets are empty. I'm like, oh my God, I left my phone in the house. And so that means I have to get up, get out of the car, and haul ass the apartment so I don't get fucking killed by this weird person thing that's outside. So I run inside with the keys, go open the apartment. I go to my room and I'm looking for my phone. I'm like, where the fuck is it? Where's my phone? So I'm like, I don't know where my phone is. I'll worry about that later. I message Josh. I'm like, hey, how your car won't start? And he's like, oh, remember, Mark, you have to use the other key. So I use the other key. I go back outside. Dude's not in sight, but I'm still like just playing worst fears imaginable in my mind, right? Like this guy is just going to jump me and just and kill me on sight. But I get into Josh's car. I still don't know where my phone is, but I figure out how to move the car. And then it starts playing Bluetooth music from my phone. So I'm like, oh, my phone must have just slipped out when I sat in the car after, being fucking scared for my life. So the other moment is that Kangas came over and he forgot his phone. So as I was getting ready for bed, I just hear this loud banging on my patio door. And I'm just like...
I didn't hear about this.
That's because it happened last night.
It just happened last night. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was on Discord with Kai and Dimitri as like,
yeah,
guys, there's someone at the door. And they're like, oh, I wonder who that could be. Your roommate. I'm like, no, my patio door. And they're like, oh shit. And like, Mark, get a weapon or something. So I run to my closet. I get my racket and I'm just like hiding down behind my bed. And it's not until I hear the banging again and then I hear, Rafa. I'm like, Steve? Yeah, I forgot my phone. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I mean, at least he remembered. I feel like this guy left like cake mix at our house and then they all went overseas.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, he'll
pretty funny.
He'll forget and leave behind.
He's easier enough for like,
shit,
yeah, he picks it up. Yeah.
But then his phone, he's like, no, I have to come back for it.
Respect.
I mean, understandable, but
Respect.
God damn it.
Yeah. All right, I got one.
Yeah.
So this one isn't the most LA thing, but we recently discovered a place called Chi Chi LA, and it's sick. Okay, it's got iPads at all the tables, and you can play games against other tables, and the loser buys the winner a drink, and it's great fun.
What kind of games?
They're just, I don't know, they're little simple iPad games, like Flash games, basically.
Things that you would play on an airplane.
No, yeah, I like airplane games.
Okay.
They're not great, but like it's fun and you're drunk.
Yeah, it's fun.
Anyway, most LA thing that has happened. This one was to me and Mark. We went to a housewarming party a while back, and on our way there, we call an Uber, get into Uber, and first thing this guy says is like, hey guys, I just moved here from San Diego like 3 days ago. Okay. And I'm here for a couple of things. 1, need a fresh start. 2, I'm trying to find a new job. And 3, I want to meet women. And I'm like, great. This is a fun time. And he asks like, where do you guys go in LA to meet women? And I say, well, what kind of hobbies do you have? Because like, you know, the kind of place where you would find other people to hang out with is the kind of place that you would go to already.
Ladies.
Right? And so he's like, oh, well, I'm a vocalist. I'm like, great. There's a karaoke bars. I just found out about one. It's called Broadway 11. It's somewhere out in West Side. And he's like, oh my God, that's so smart. You've given me the best advice anyone has ever heard. I'm like, happy for you, man. And then he's like, okay, now we're doing car karaoke. And he puts on, I think it was fucking Whitesnake. And I'm like, okay, this is what's happening now. And then Mark, what song did you put on? It was like
Hemorrhage. by
Hemorrhage,
Fuel.
yeah. And I was like, all right, so we're playing like 90s punk music all of a sudden. And we're just singing. And I'm just like, wow, that just happened.
That's pretty LA.
Yeah, we get to the
kinda metal.
to the party. He lets us out. He's like, thanks guys so much. Like, this is the last trip I need to do. I was gonna buy myself a Bluetooth speaker so I could watch a movie, but now I'm gonna go to this bar and meet women. I'm like, fucking good for you, dude. I hope you have a great time.
And he gave us a little bit about his life story too, of why he moved away from San Diego, just like family drama he was going through, and he's just like, I just need to get away from them. I feel
Respect.
like I don't get to improve myself because I'm always like giving myself to my family for whatever bullshit they need, and I just need to be my own man. It's like, okay, cool, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Manny, you got anything, or you want me to hit some quick hitters?
Oh,
Well, he's got a video still.
I got a video.
All right. Well, are you ready to pull that up?
Yes, I am. I got it ready.
Let's do this.
So, last week, I was having dinner with people in Santa Monica, and I encountered a man doing donuts in the intersection in the middle of Sawtelle in downtown Santa Monica. This is a very busy street at like 8 p.m. by the way.
Oh my God.
So there's like a lot of people around, and
He's
this guy
swinging
was
it.
just going. This was, by the way, not the first time or the second time that he came by. So he flew up onto this intersection that he's in right now the very first time and started doing donuts for about a minute. He was a very experienced donut doer. I only thought he was going to crash like one time. So he clearly does this a lot. Then he raced down the street. You're going to see in a second. He races down the street, goes to the other intersection, does a fuck ton of donuts there too, comes back and does this. So that's when this video was taken. This was the third instance of donuts.
Dude, what has to happen in your life for you to just be like, fuck it, man. I'm going to take out my Toyota and just rip some donuts and
Keep in mind, this is not like normal donut behavior, right? Like someone goes to an intersection at like 4 in the morning where nobody is. This is 8 p.m.
Jesus.
like in the city. Like there's people around. Like people are having dinner. That's what we were doing.
I really love how you say that this is not normal donut behavior, as if you're like an expert on normal donut behavior.
I mean, I have done donuts in my car.
Oh, really?
In the snow.
Oh.
That's the critical thing. In empty parking lots in Ithaca, New York, I have done donuts, yes.
Wait, well, in the snow, like, are you driving donuts in the snow?
Yes.
Isn't that more
because
dangerous?
it doesn't destroy your tires. Not if you know what you're doing. But this guy is killing his tires right now. People can hear it on stream. I should actually mute it probably because it's probably really loud. Actually, no, it's not that loud. I'm going to mute it anyway because everyone's heard it like 80 times. But yeah, he's going like this. So he drives back to the second intersection, does donuts again, goes down the street, out of view. You can hear him doing them in the distance. Then he comes back again, does them in the far intersection, comes back again, does them in our intersection, goes down again, does them again. So this was like a long-ass time. This was like maybe over 5 to 10 minutes where he was doing this. Then he drives off, you hear him in the distance, and we hear a crashing noise in the distance. We did not witness it,
Dear
but
Lord.
we saw a guy standing by his car looking really pissed, so we think he hit someone and just ran.
Oh my God.
So this guy was a menace to society on the streets, basically.
I'm a menace.
And I've seen lots of donut marks in intersections, but I actually haven't witnessed anyone do them because most people do them when no one's around. In the
Normal
street at
donut
night.
behavior.
Yeah.
Normal donut behavior.
2 a.m.
So that's my most LA thing of the last 2 months.
There was one night in the last couple months where there was a helicopter outside our place.
Yeah.
and they were shining a light, and we heard the helicopter on the PA say like, "We have you surrounded, get out." And this was like 4 blocks from where we're at.
That happened to me once. While
I put a video up on Twitter of it. Yeah. What's up?
I have an anti-LA thing actually.
I have some good things about LA too.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a complete hater.
Well, it's not. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, there's a holiday by the lunar calendar that they celebrate in Japan, Korea, and China, right? In Japan or in China, it's like the Mooncake Festival, right? In Korea, it's basically Thanksgiving, and in Japan, it's called Tsukimi, which is moon viewing festival. So it's generally a thing you go out somewhere to go like look at the moon and take pretty pictures, and it's a cute holiday. Anyway, I'm like, oh my fucking God, I forgot about this holiday. It's happening right now. So I messaged Mark's like, Mark, if you want to do something really cute, I'm on my way home. And he's like, I think he's in the middle of a league game. He's like, okay, well, let me know. I start looking for the moon as I'm driving back home. I can't fucking see it. And then I have this app on my phone where I can like pull it up and like point it at different things. I'm like, oh, this is that constellation. And obviously it's going to show you where the moon is.
Yeah.
And I go, it's like, oh, that's where the moon's supposed to be. But it's the one fucking day the entire year where it's cloudy and there's no moon.
Cloudy or smoggy?
I think it was cloudy.
I drove back in LA today and I saw just a layer of smog on the way in. That was depressing.
Yeah, you kind of forget that it's there when you're like in LA the whole time, and then you go to somewhere that doesn't have the smog and you come back and you're like, oh yeah, I'm breathing that.
I've got some positives though. Some positives about LA. One.
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't kidding when I said Winnie the Pooh was both giving and receiving. I don't know what he's giving there though. Anyway,
That was Rafa's doing.
yeah, fun times. I mean,
I'm just saying.
I got a good laugh out of it.
I'm just saying those bears have gotten more action in Cubby's own bed than Cubby has.
I mean, I haven't done that in my own bed. I don't know if you want to go down this rabbit hole.
Oh,
Mark,
okay.
I think I heard you say you haven't heard any, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, you haven't heard any. Yep. Happy for you, Mark.
Yep.
Anyway, let's see. Positives about LA. One, we went to a nerd bar and they randomly had karaoke. And
Oh, Scum and Villainy.
couple people in there that just absolutely killed. Yeah, you were one of them. You did good.
I like Hamilton.
He was the last song of the night.
I was the last song of the night.
What else? I saw an artist perform a Gibson showroom covered in Gibson's guitars. The artist wasn't great. It was like TikTok pop, but it was really cool, and we got free drinks. My sister visited, and she took me to a Vanderpump Rules restaurant, and the entire cast was there, and she had a ball. That was cool.
Is that like having a baby?
It's like a reality TV show.
Never mind.
I didn't have that much fun. It was like having a kid because I wasn't excited at all, but she was through the moon about it. So yeah.
It's like, is that person even real?
Yeah.
That will grow up to be a human someday.
Yeah. Let's see. What else?
Is it time for pick'ems?
Yeah, I think we do pick'ems. Oh, fuck. I have to enter the link, actually. Thank you for reminding me.
No, you've entered the link.
I have?
You're the first to enter the link.
Well, in Twitch chat.
Oh, you meant in Twitch chat.
Yeah, I have to like wait. Can you click on the pick'em link?
Yeah,
from my computer, Manny.
can.
So I got to enter that, and then I also have to enter one off my phone that my friend made. I forgot about this. I was gone this weekend, so catching up on some.
Yeah, I can.
Bees knees.
I did not see this earlier until now, but
You can make my pick'ems public.
I think before we get into Worlds, just the last thing to address on LCS, since it is relevant LCS news, Santorin just announced his retirement today.
Yeah, I saw that. That's too bad. He was a classy pro by pretty much all accounts, and I think a very good player. So
I think my favorite moment still of Santorin is when he made it to playoffs for the first time since 2015 when he was on the FlyQuest roster in 2019.
yeah, that team was fun. The PoE Santorin team.
Yeah, PoE Santorin. And the interview that he and Ovely had, I remember watching like Santorin on the TSM squad, I was like, oh wow, Santorin seems really good.
Hey
And then-
Manny, pizza check.
Arriving by estimated arrival 8 p.m.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
And I didn't really connect or like feel attached or invested into Santorin as a player because I thought that he was just like another person rotating within the long line of like TSM junglers over the years, and he was only there for like a year. But that interview, I was like, oh man, like I feel bad that I never gave this guy more credit, and it was just nice to see such a real human moment from a player that really went through like a fucking like super high peak debut in LCS to then like in the lows for super long. It in many ways it felt like a Contracts moment back then. Obviously the Contracts one feels more impactful because it was a longer stint and a longer drought of like not being at the top and a much higher high than Santorin, but still it was like
Yeah, someone in the chat said this just means so much to me, and like he was crying on stage.
Yeah.
It was a pretty powerful moment.
yeah.
I don't know. I always thought he was a good jungler. Like I can remember splits where he wasn't at his best, but I also remember splits where like he was the best. I remember more of those than the former.
Yeah.
And by all accounts, he was a good guy and teammate. So that's also a bummer to lose that too.
Someone pick up UG.
Yeah, UG is also teamless right now.
So that it is curious now because obviously Dignitas have a sub jungler waiting, but I don't know if Dignitas are actually going to give XU the chance, or if they're going to look at a different jungle
Make
prospect.
them fist fight for it.
I would love if XU
Joker
gets a
break the pool stick.
I would love if XU gets a solid tryout, but I know that there are going to be like other top jungle prospects that are going to be like that Dignitas just might end up looking at. So I don't know. We'll see. If XU gets the call up, I'm going to be super fucking pumped and I'm super excited and I'm going to root and cheer for him as much as I can. So
Yeah, that'll be curious actually to see with Dig. I mean, obviously that feels more like a Santorin move, right?
Yeah.
A roster move. Like
Yeah.
I highly doubt the behind the scenes is like, hey, we're gonna move on from you.
Oh yeah, no. Dignitas, I mean, you remember how excited Mabry was to have both Jensen and Santorin available at the same time. Between that and then getting Rich, those were like the two moves that he wanted and he felt like would make Dignitas a championship contending team. So
Rich was
cool.
Rich was fine.
yeah.
Yeah, Rich was decent.
I liked Rich.
He was a lot better than I thought he'd be,
Yeah.
frankly.
Despite the
I liked him.
allegations, I do in fact think Rich is a good player.
I still think they should have went with Hoon. If they're gonna do import.
Agreed.
I'd be down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoon showed so much growth.
Hoon was a beast. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we have a link in chat, Manny.
Yeah, I'm dropping that right now that we're moving
Sweet.
on.
All right, guys, in the chat. If you guys join this link, it's our group for Worlds Pick'ems.
How come
we are
Ivan last?
already in there. Actually, the crystal ball. What is the crystal ball?
The crystal ball is like
That's the entire
most
world.
pentas. Like
Okay, what about
Yeah.
picks?
picks are just
That hasn't happened
the only
yet, right?
pick that we've made is GG versus BDS.
Okay.
And
Really?
then
I thought there was the Swiss stage.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's
you
available
can
yet.
also do
Well, no, the who gets to Swiss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
eventually.
Oh,
Eventually.
yeah.
But is that not close?
Oh no, Josh is right. Yeah,
Yeah, the
you
play-ins.
made those two
Play-ins,
picks. Yeah,
play-ins.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that one's more interesting than the crystal ball.
Oh, for
Let's see
sure.
puppies.
All right, yeah, we just want
Yeah, crack it open.
Wow. Golden Guardian's going to advance to Swiss stage
I'm a man of my word.
and PSG.
Oh.
And then go to Crystal Ball. That's the more interesting one. Oh, we got some people that joined. Shout out Mariku for hopping in. Squircle as well.
You're thinking one reverse sweep.
I should probably do more than 2 pentas. Actually, Manny, can you change 2 pentas by chance? I am logged in.
I
I
think
think
you
I have
locked
to go to
it.
your
Oh.
picks. Does this count as like cheating?
No, go up. Go to change because it hasn't started yet. Let's change pentakills to 3. 3+. It's gonna cover a wider net.
Yeah, I think it has to be 3+.
I think with
It's
Kaisa in
Zeri.
meta.
Well, yeah, and Zeri.
Yeah. Is there gonna be a lot of Zeri?
I think so.
I think it's gonna be more Kate answers to Zaya than Zeri.
I mean,
My
I
hot take.
definitely know people are still playing Zeri.
Yeah. The one pick I'll really stand by is actually Light. Because if you guys have seen them play, I think that they play... If they're winning, they play to win as hard as they can. Which I think is
KT
fun.
will win the shortest game.
Cuz Light, your baby.
Nothing so anything super controversial here? Probably.
Honestly, PSG is. Honestly, change PSG to GG, yeah.
I have PSG. No, you can't change
You
PSG
can't.
to GG.
It has to be a region with 2 seeds or less.
Oh, okay, no, that's
So
PSG.
it's a minor
PSG,
region,
it's PSG,
basically.
yeah.
Wait, what is
Manny?
the Yone pick
Manny.
for?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have to
what's
do
the
mine
Yone
last.
pick?
Oh, that's for the highest win rate after 5 games.
I picked you
I think-
for that one.
So for me, Yone is just like such... I think Yone is a very oppressive and problematic champion. And... Sorry, okay, they're on their way. I think that like Yone, when picked situationally, like his chances to win games is actually very high. Also, I think that Flex Jarvan, because I think that you can actually play Jarvan in 4 out of the 5 roles. And if Jarvan's going to be meta and starts getting through, I think teams will start playing around with that.
I don't think people will play them in more.
I
than
100%
50 roles.
expect to see Jarvan top at some point in the tournament.
Yeah. But
Support,
what's the-
maybe.
that's the thing is I don't think we
Yeah.
see Jarvan in a 3rd role.
I think you play it in the not, which is like meta.
Yeah.
So
Who wants
Oh
to go next?
fuck. I don't know, you can show mine.
I am last.
thanks, Editor Manny. for-
Joshi's still in last.
I'm still in last.
Got Gam and PSG.
I don't know if you've
to
chosen
advance to
it.
Swiss.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a
Yeah,
hot
it's a
take.
Swiss.
Gam. I kind of
Because that includes the WQS winner. So you believe that neither Golden Guardians nor BDS would advance.
No.
That
I
is
think-
a bold
I
take
think people have
considering
been-
Gam's performance.
The
Huh?
VCS
At
is actually
Worlds.
being kind of slept on going
Yeah,
into this
VCS
year.
is
yeah.
looking really good.
Yeah, VCS is
Wanna
actually
see.
pretty good right
Yeah,
now.
that's what they
I've-
say
I've-
every year. I'll believe it when I see it.
That is
Okay,
true.
okay.
That is true.
I don't think they're going to be like a top 8 contender, but I would be very shocked if they didn't make Swiss.
Ever since the OG Gam run in 2017, every year, it's like, this is the year.
yeah.
VCS is going to show up and they're going to dominate at Worlds.
No,
And
I
it's
don't think
been
they're
like,
that good, but
It's been like 5 years and I still haven't seen it, so I'll believe it when I see
I
it.
will say, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I guess a take. I think the new Worlds format enables less favorites to make it into the next stage, given how the seeding is random after round
yeah,
1.
I don't like the groups this year.
I mean, I think that there needs to be more seeding on the groups, and I think that we're going to for sure see a Western team get through just because they're going to have a fraudulent schedule. Yeah.
All right, let's go down. I don't care about the top row. It's literally whatever. I
I agree with you
Oh,
about Batman.
Cassante is a good
Most
guess,
people.
actually.
yeah.
You think Gragas?
I think we
Okay, so the-
Actually,
my
Greg
thing
is a good
is-
candidate.
To believe
My
it.
thing is
Hey, we're both Nautilus, both S.
Yeah. Oh, this character's gonna die so much.
Yeah, fuck that champ.
Gragas is the only character I could think of that I'm confident will be played once in jungle. I'm confident will be played once in mid lane, and I'm confident will be played once in top lane.
Could even see him support too. That's why I picked Gragas. 'Cause
It's
I'm
a-
like, you could get him in every role but AD carry.
It's an answer to Alistar.
I can
Yeah.
see him. Yeah.
Like I don't think
Um,
it's particularly likely to hit that 4th role, but like it can.
It just
right?
makes it
It's
more
the only champion that I think can be played in 4 roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am thinking about whether or not the Jarvan being banned more than Ziggs, because I did forget that Ziggs got the fucking radius buff for.
He did not.
absolutely no. Oh, he did not.
That was taken away. It was
Oh,
on
thank
PBE.
God.
They took it away, but I think Ziggs still gets banned a lot.
Ziggs is-
like
yeah.
it's really good in all the meta ADs you
Very
want.
good.
Yeah, Ziggs is really good.
Do pro players read? Let's find out.
No.
All right, let's go down here.
You have JDG winning.
Yeah, I think so.
I have
JDG winning.
I have T1 winning.
Really?
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm just I feel like the last 2 worlds or like last 3 or 4 international events, T1 has been the favorite or a favorite, right?
Yeah, I
and
think
they
they're
haven't
good.
won. I think this time they don't have the same pressure, even like if they are T1.
They do also have the home court advantage.
I still believe that if T1 as a 5 stack are on their best, they are the best team in the world. I don't think Faker's the best. I mean JDG is nuts. Like JDG is the
Be
favorite.
right back.
JDG
Yeah.
is the favorite. Yeah. They are the fucking favorite for this tournament, right?
yeah.
But I think that a lot of people are underrating LCK teams going into this.
I think they're good. I just don't think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would not be surprised.
I
if
mean,
two in top
I
five.
like if you go through the tape and you say that T1's going to win based off the tape, you're wrong. So like it is a long tournament, right? So I'm kind of you gotta make some interesting picks.
You're hoping Faker's wrists feel rejuvenated.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
with a lot of
also-
China and the Asian games.
I'm actually hoping that like Keria and Zeus and their experience in Asia games, like playing with Ruler and Kanavi too, like actually kind of fires them the fuck up. Because frankly, I think that Owner's underrated, but outside of Faker, like the two most talented players on T1 are Keria and Zeus for where they're at in their role, and they're the best players in their role last.
I mean,
Worlds.
I would definitely say Zeus was probably the tournament MVP last year
Yeah, he was nuts. Like,
until finals, and then
Yeah.
King like actually just got him.
and he didn't get him because he outlaned him. He got him because he outmapped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's okay. Oh, BLG picking the most champs? Okay, I like.
I
it.
just think they're gonna go far.
Yeah, I BLG is good.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think you can pick the most champs unless you make top 4.
Actually, a question I'm going to ask later is which LPL team booms? An LPL team booms every world.
Weibo.
Really?
I don't know.
I actually think this would be BLG.
If I have to pick one team to boom, it's the team
Bin.
that's shy.
It is a bin meta. The meta is really good to be bin.
Yeah.
All right.
Gwen got buffed.
Should I go to mine?
Yeah.
Surprise.
Wow.
Golden Guardians. and
Brothers in
PSG
arms.
Talent.
Broski.
Yeah.
So can you guys like not even get points if GG happens to lose to them?
I think we get to repick.
I think, yeah, there's like some little...
Or BDS just slots in there, in which case I'm fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're not going to because we're going to fucking destroy them.
Yeah, they're getting forked on.
All right, here's mine.
That's
I'm not
you.
showing
You are
yours,
not
Mark.
many.
One reverse sweep, a Mountain Drake. I put down Cloud because we're in Korea and the servers are rigged for Cloud.
I just think that's
Shout out Alex.
it's such a ridiculous thing. Just like automatically, like 83% of all of your players can just, or everybody who does pick'ems just like can't get perfect pick'ems because you have to randomly pick a Drake.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is also pentakills. There's no option for 0 pentakills. So if there's not a pentakill, everyone will be...
Are you sure?
This might have been fixed, but I know as of a couple days ago, I saw a tweet where someone was like, you cannot select just 0 pentakills.
We're still going where Manny's, Mark.
Yeah, so anyway,
I feel like Mark has gear for the team he picked to win.
anything surprising?
Kaisa being picked the most
I
and
think it's
banned the
Mark-
most.
yeah, I
So
think
I'm
it's
covering
Mark.
my
You're
bases.
hedging, but you
Yeah,
can't win ultimate skins if you hedge like this.
I've already accepted.
Also,
that
Jarvan
I'm
having
not
the most
gonna win.
deaths, I
I think it's
don't
plausible.
agree with. Oh, actually,
I mean,
okay,
you're just
hold
gonna
on,
get
hold on,
picked a
hold on.
lot, right?
Hot take. If I didn't pick Yone for that one on the right, you know who I'd actually pick, who I think might be sleeper OP and could sneak in a meta and is really good with the jungle meta right now, and really good in some of the mid laners that are being blinded. Kha'Zix is that's okay guess. Zillion. I actually think Zillion is still just a fucking disgusting champion.
Bjergsen's
I think he can
not
actually
here.
sneak in.
He retired.
This champion is so bad in lane, but you get this piece of shit out of lane, and it's actually just so turbo busted.
There are 3 champions in the game that
Poppy's
professional players will refuse to play until they're 60% win rate in solo queue. And they are named Seraphine, Sona, and Zillion. They will not play these
Like
characters.
Xin, Poppy, J4, you fucking love your life as Zillion playing with those junglers, right? So yeah. JDG winning worlds.
Wait,
G2
Josh
playing
and I are like
the
the
most
Buzz
chances,
Lightyear
actually.
meme, with like all the Buzz Lightyears on the shelf.
Yeah.
Where like JDG will win world.
I have a bit more faith in LCK than you two so far. I think that LCK, they have a little bit of home field advantage. That doesn't matter too much, but it does a little bit. I feel like you're gonna live there for a month. We got pizza here.
Pizza.
I will run and
All
get
right.
pizza.
You know who
Yeah,
won
put up
the
Mark.
most? The last Worlds in Korea? Invictus Gaming. Notably not an LCK team. Anyway,
Notably, also the least interesting finals that have ever happened.
that's true. Since we currently have you on, you're the only one here. Mark,
Well,
come
Mark
back
is
in. We'll
coming.
do yours now.
He's getting ready to do the reveal.
Yeah.
I think we might have spoiled Mark.
Mark has R7 advancing to the Swiss stage. But, all right. Let's see what he's got.
He's some Naruto gear.
Mark, you want me to go to the main ones? Oh, Jesus. You sat on the fucking XLR cable.
Oh, I didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, I blame Matt.
I thought this was gonna be your what do you call it? Your LATAM.
Oh, well, they didn't send me a jersey. So.
You gotta
Didn't you
speak
buy
into
one?
the mic, my friend, or they will not be able to hear you.
I'm gonna let you know, Mark. It's not gonna go that way. You should like snake it between the cushions. For everybody who is a audio only listener, Mark is currently trying to navigate the XLR cables, so it is not an issue. Anyway, he's also putting on his Team Liquid gear. He's got a lot of Naruto stuff.
Oh my.
They can see you.
Well, we could have delayed this for anyway.
But the people who are visual watchers
I
already
know.
You were gone for like 10 minutes. You had plenty of time to do this.
No.
I mean, I was just waiting in the hallway, but I didn't know how to like. I thought about.
Well, should I reveal who you think is going to win Worlds?
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's Team Liquid Honda. The Pioche.
Wow. That's pretty based. Also, Miracuval. Seraphine is such a pog top laner as well, they say. I don't know about that one, unless that's Billy, because I'm told that Seraphine is a great counter to Gangplank top. Do you have any thoughts on that one, Matt?
Seraphine, the GP top?
Yeah, okay. For context, the person who told me this, they are hard stuck bronze, and they are...
Is it Axe?
No, it's Billy. He was a former graphic designer for NRG, and he is very convinced that Seraphine is the pick into GP top. I was like, okay, Billy. But Miracuval says the same thing. They say I can ask you about their Seraphine top.
Me?
No, Matt.
Ah, well, it's too late. He's not here right now.
Rip.
So, Mark, you got anything else for us? You hyped this up. Why
Jeff
is Team
says
Liquid Honda
Rafa
going to win
Pick'ems is
Worlds?
awesome.
Because
Miracuval says I should ask you about Seraphine top.
I want Matt to be here for this. We can go through all the other ones. Go through the top down. We'll just pretend that
Mark is upset at me
It's
for
not a good build.
revealing the reveal that he didn't tell us about.
Nah,
Manny,
no,
why didn't you read
it's
my
because this was totally unplanned. I was like, oh, it'd be really funny if I did this bit, and then I didn't
why
think
did you
through
think?
how to actually
Oh, so you're in the
execute the
GP.
bit. This is why I'm not a producer.
Oh yeah,
Vlad in the GP.
that's also very real. That's my favorite pick in GP.
Anything interesting?
I was picking for fun, but I didn't realize that I actually made what seems like logical decisions here.
Also,
I mean, like once you and Josh also picked Grog, I was like, oh, okay, then I'm not totally dumb. So
Seraphine's base
that's
armor
nice.
sucks. You can get harassed.
Nautilus
That doesn't change
also.
the fact
I just
that
think
pros
that
will not play them until
there's going to be so many
not
champions
as strong
or
as
so
they
many
have been.
teams that just pick and rely on Nautilus, and that it's just super easy to int with them, because all in my mind I think about the LCO team that had the console support player who got absolutely bodied because he had to fully send it every single time on Nautilus, because that's what you do. Nautilus and Leona are like two champions that are like, once you go in, you can't get out unless you have flash. So more than likely, when you go in, it is either you win the fight, you die, and it could be both too.
Yeah, and if you look up Leona's stats compared to Nautilus stats, that's actually why Nautilus is actually just shit champ.
Yeah.
I pick because they are.
And Leona has W anyway.
Yep, that too.
Thank you.
But I think we all have not for most deaths, which I find hilarious. You have Renekton being the most picked.
So the reason why
I respect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So the
a
reason
pick.
why is because I think Jarvan is actually just going to be the most banned, so therefore it won't be counted as most picked, because it is just going to be taken off the table every single game.
Low key, I think Ziggs could be the most banned champ at Worlds.
I think it's possible.
Because like
It depends on what everyone else's reads are, or if they, as Manny said,
I
read the
think
patch notes.
my biggest reason why I don't think it'll be the most banned is because China refuses to play things that are not marksman.
That's true. But you gotta believe. I mean, that's actually one of the reasons where I think like Korea and other teams could maybe close the gap. Because like that is like the strength and weakness of LPL is that they will play their game no matter what. Like their teams are gonna play their game, and the teams have different games and play styles that they play, and they're really good at them. And they will play fucking aggressive, and they will cave your head in.
Yeah.
But if
All right.
Meta
All right,
doesn't
Mark.
fit, you're
I would like to hear the defense of Rainbow Seven.
No, the players.
Oh, players, sure. Got anything?
Okay, I still have to say.
Oh, Mickey X is a decent call, actually.
Yeah.
He's got a big pool.
Yeah, I selected. Mickey
Yeah,
as well.
that's.
I just have to say, every single game I watch of Elk, he's a fucking dog. Like, he's so bad every game I'm watching. And everybody comes
Really?
around and tells me like he's really good. I'm like, I've watched 7 games of his, and he has not gotten more kills than deaths in a single one.
I think Light's better,
I believe it.
and I still think that Gala's a fraud, but Kais is in the meta.
there's enough Kaises that exist.
Gala's
Miracle
Kais,
we played at Worlds too.
Gala's
guarantee
Kais
it.
is actually pretty special.
It was either Elk or
kinda
Ruler,
nuts.
and I just figured that JDG's games will be cleaner than BLG's, so there will be less opportunities for more kill racking. Whereas I feel like BLG, as long as they face a team that is not an LCK,
My brother, let me introduce you to some LNG gameplay.
is that super sloppy?
That they
Just
well, if
super
they
all
if they
out?
get ahead, they'll fucking brawl, and they
Okay.
just brawl to win.
All right.
But I will say, one of the most slept on players going into this world, and someone who's being, like, I think left out or not high enough on a lot of top 5 lists, is actually their top laner, Zika, for LNG. He's young, and he's hyphy as fuck. And he plays, like, the Gnar, like, the pretty high mechanical, like, champs, but plays him really well, I think. I want to see if he performs at Worlds. I think he's actually, like, really hyphy and really slept on.
What you looking for, Manny?
Above the microwave. Yeah, we got I haven't eaten all day. I had a blueberry muffin in the coffee today, and I'm making another coffee for the games.
Nice.
Anything
All right.
else you want to go over? talk
Rainbow
about?
7 and Energy. And Team Liquid and G2.
Let me
G2 's
repost
alright.
the link in case people missed it.
So
Hang on, you can't change tabs, so they're gonna see it. No, you're reposting. Oh, yeah.
You're gonna see it.
when I was looking at World's Pick'ems, I thought I could try and really strain my brain to see if I can make the most logical sounding decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I lose on the logical decision, then I didn't have fun making the pick'ems in the first place.
All right.
So
Right.
I wanted to fuck around, and then if
Find
they
out.
do, I can be like, get shit on, you know.
Yeah.
R7, yeah, like, if you wanted what sounded like the most logical, I put like
You're chilling, dude.
PSG or Loud, and then JDG.
I thought about Loud,
Yeah.
but then I remembered like having talked to enough of the CB lolcasters. They're just like, Loud's okay.
Rude's on the big train for Loud being hyped up. He's like, honestly, this is the first time we'll get into Swiss.
Ooh. Yeah, it'll be the first time anyone gets into Swiss.
True. This will be Loud's year.
is Loud's
So I don't know.
You know whose year it's not?
Who's?
DFM.
Yeah.
DFM are gonna get giga clapped. Like, they're gonna have to have another set of cheeks to clap. It is going to be bad.
It's so sad that DFM's roster is so Frankensteinly put together, and they still won the region.
I mean, the one thing I will say is it kind of goes to show just like how strong relative to the rest of the region they have been for a couple of years, right? Because like these Utapone now is the most winningest domestic player of all time in any region.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's just gone to so many finals. Like I think he hasn't missed a final since like 2013, right? Anyway, the biggest thing is that we had like a rash of top laners in like 2018, 2019, which were always like, ooh, is this the person who's going to be able to challenge Evie? Ooh, is this the person to do it? And every single year is like, not quite, but they got close. Mm-hmm. And this year, Evie's not there. Mm-hmm. And the person that they brought in was basically getting abused by staff while he was there because he just wasn't performing.
Oh,
and so they ended up having Utapone, who was, their AD carry, went back and he played top lane again. And he has not played top lane professionally since Ebby joined the team. So it was like 2015,
Yeah.
something like that. And he did fine. But what is expected to be happening now is because Utapon is listed as a bot laner, people are pretty sure, at least I think this is what has been semi-confirmed, is that Oppaman is going to be coming back into play for DFM. Now, Oppaman's been retired for 2 years, and also, even when he was, like, active in the scene, he was always the second or third best top laner, right? He was never the best, and he was usually behind Paz, who the last time we saw play internationally was unimpressive, despite being one of my favorite players of all time. But he did not play very well. So, like, DFM is going to get Giga clappered.
Hold on. So what you're saying is that Utapon has the most domestic finals of all time, the most domestic wins of all time, and it's done so in 2 different roles?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, Faker fucking sucks. Faker haters be like, oh, bust out the Utapon stat.
Yeah.
You know what,
Oh,
Josh?
that's another...
That's your JoJo Inspire tweet right there. Utapon is better than Faker.
That'd be good. I actually have another stat. So the only thing that Faker...
His career is insane. Utapon, it's actually ridiculous.
But here's the thing. Faker joined the SKT/T1 team about 5 months before Utapon joined DFM.
2 longest tenures at their
Yeah,
own
the
old-
longest
yeah.
10 years.
It was pretty cool.
It used to also be Saros, who was the DFM mid laner for a long time. But
Oh, yeah.
He was
he
Ziggs
was
player.
also in that list, yeah.
Zigsheimer.
Mm-hmm.
He was fun.
Vel'Koz. He played a lot of Vel'Koz. But mostly the Heimer is what he's known for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we got some other stuff to get through. As this has been fun. As I need to go back to the list that Manny sent me. Sorry, I've had a blueberry muffin and a coffee, so I needed
And now
the
a slice of pizza.
Yeah, I needed the smash one, so that was needed. I'm struggling over here.
My phone is on the ground.
Real quick, let's go over some of the format changes. I also just had the thought over there that Swiss format, technically every match you have in a Swiss format, the records would be neutral compared with one another. Well,
People who have the
Switzerland.
same record will play each other.
Yeah, Switzerland
Yeah,
is
okay,
historically
cool.
neutral. So, it goes into the naming maybe. I just put that together.
I can't tell if that's the smartest or dumbest thing you've said in a while. Because, like, yes, that is the definition of
What do we need? Smartest and dumbest?
Are there
brackets
any
work.
Swiss players at Worlds?
I don't think so.
Probably.
No, I don't
Gotta
think
be
so.
one.
Nah. I don't think I've ever seen a Swiss flag in an LEC team.
Damn, dude, they just don't want Victor to defeat ever in their
Oh, I just
life,
have, they would just rather go play in the Alps, which honestly don't blame them.
Or they'd rather go play CSGO where they're actually kind of fucking sick. CS2,
Anyway.
shout out to that game, which I haven't played.
So, I'll be honest, I don't actually 100% fully understand the World's format this year. So there's like
So this stage is similar?
the 2 groups and the top teams play each other.
No.
Okay,
It's
cool.
similar, but it's overall, it's less best of ones, more best of threes,
That's good.
and same amount of best of fives.
Yeah, that's
Or there are best of threes. There were no best
Yeah.
of threes, right? Just the big difference is that Swiss, your first round, it's seeded.
Well, I'm told it's not seeded.
The first round is. Everything after that is not.
Oh.
Manny, if you want to maybe pull up a format tweet too for
Are
Swiss,
they
that could be
full
helpful.
randoming subsequent rounds of Swiss?
Yes.
I don't know if they've made one with just that.
Yes. So
I guess there's not that many.
the first round, it is seeded.
Okay.
So like a number, it's 4 pools, pool 1, 4, 2, 3, right? And it's a best of 1.
Yeah.
From there, you play. If you win, it might be another best of 1, but if you lose, it's like best of 3s. Pretty much, if you
Wait,
get
is this just fucking StarCraft format?
if you get 3 wins, you're through. 3 losses, you're out. And you need to win best of 3s.
How large are the groups again?
Huh?
4? 6?
There are no groups. It's just Swiss stage.
Oh.
And it's just, I don't remember if the seating is random or they like.
I remember hearing
It's
that it was
random
full
after the
random,
first
and I
round.
was like,
Yeah.
that's fucking stupid.
It's random after the first round.
Oh, so they're gonna have to do a fucking draw show every fucking day.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Fringe
actually
effect.
gonna hit hard because it's gonna be like 4 a.m. by us, and we're just gonna be like, "Fucking end this, please."
Fuck it, I just want to sleep.
Yeah. So the first 2 rounds are best of 1s,
Hmm.
and then in order to get in or get eliminated, you need to win a best of 3.
Oh. You know, I'm down to give it a shot. I'm not
I am too.
excited, But I'm down to give it a shot. I'm still so convinced that the fucking best way to do groups is just fucking do it Dota style, guys. Like, please.
Dude, oh my God, why can't we have nice things like the Dota 2 format, please?
Yeah. Anyway, this is, I feel like this is their way of trying to...
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
It's for sure
It's
an
better.
improvement. I will say that the Dota 2 format, for those that are not familiar, it is 18 teams and 2 groups of 9.
Mm-hmm.
You play
Single round robin.
a single round robin, best of... it's 2 or 3.
It used to be 1. Because
No.
even in the bracket stage, it's still a best of 1 for first lower round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that it best... Okay, regardless, you play every team once, and then if you get top 4 in the bracket, you get 2 lives. Or
Yeah.
you get top
You
4 in the
go-
group,
go
you get 2 lives.
upper bracket.
If
level
you're
them.
the worst team in the bracket, your tournament's over. Or in the group, your tournament's over. And then if
Yeah,
you're 5 through 8, you're lower
yeah,
bracket, so then you have one life.
And your first round is a best of 1.
And it's a lit. It's actually like the best format. It really is the best format.
The only downside to Dota format, in my opinion, is the fact that there are so many games
Yes.
that kind of happen like back to back to back that you do kind of have to pick and choose.
If Riot,
watch.
well, they don't happen back to back too. Like they happen simultaneously.
That's true.
And Riot swears by every game must be broadcasted on its own, which I think is kind of dumb because like I'm a huge football fan, and today, like while I was driving home, nice.
Don't take the plate. Just
Producer
fucking
Manny's
pick up
getting
your 2
some-
fucking triangles of pizza. Respect.
Some Grand Canyon shit. Like today, like while I was driving home, I just listened to Rams Eagles, like that
You
football
just
game.
You don't listen to...
My Bears played on Thursday,
Yeah, you
and
get
that was the local game I could get, and it was actually against a good team and a
Yeah.
decent team. So, yes, Poppy,
Papioso?
Good to have you back.
it is good to be back. I
Missed you.
appreciate the help setting up, guys. It's been. I'm glad we could get this off the ground, even if traffic fucked me and my credit card company tried to fuck me. Or no, they were actually very helpful. Whoever tried to fraud my credit card account tried to fuck me.
Hey, Manny. It hit.
You hit?
Jesus Christ.
No, it hit.
I know. I'm still not there. When did you take yours?
think when you gave me it.
Oh, like right then?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mark is off the team.
All right.
What an answer, non-answer, by the way. All right. Moving on. We have
All right, team leader.
team leader.
I'll be better. I promise.
He's
No,
on
you
the
won't.
team.
It's
He's on the
okay.
team. He's on the team.
I'm on the team. I got Team Liquid merch on.
Yeah, man, it's lit. Your
It's-
prediction sucks, but I respect it.
Oh,
All right, guys.
it's only for fun.
So I think part of Worlds is the nostalgia of Worlds.
Yes.
Mark, in order to try and get you on the team again, I'm actually going to change up the discussion here real quick.
Sure.
This is Worlds adjacent or Worlds related. You did a rather fun stream recently where you went over all the World songs.
I did.
In the
I
discussion.
did.
I will say, the cinematic for this year is the best I've ever seen.
It's fantastic.
It's really fucking incredible.
Correct.
The song.
Mid.
What?
It now
The animation?
no.
The song itself?
Both.
Both.
Whoa.
That's a hot take.
Now
You think
I
they tried to like reskin Rise? Is that your argument, Manny? Or you're
Yes,
gonna have
that
to?
is my argument.
Okay.
My argument is they were trying to reskin Rise, and it doesn't have the. In Rise, there's the device of the mountain
That's true.
being climbed, and all the teams that you face and defeat along the way. In this one, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't use any sort of device to represent Deft falling short in quarterfinals. It was just kind of a mismatch of random moments throughout his career abstracted.
Well, hey man,
As someone who's done extensive research into his backstory, I think it was a pretty thin retelling. Obviously, there's only so much you can do for a music video.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it had the same sort of thematic hits as Rise.
I mean,
Oh, it's really trying to be Rise. And it just didn't for me.
the shot of him and Faker in high school was all they needed. To be fair.
Well, that was all they had.
Yeah. But like once I saw that, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be good. Like, that's like all they needed for me. You
I mean,
know?
it was good, but like,
Yeah.
it's like the Deft, like this is the best story that we have ever had, and they kind of just I mean, it was fine. It was fine.
I think that you're in the minority in this opinion. Not
I
only on
agree,
this couch, but overall.
I agree that
I thought it was fucking awesome.
I was disappointed, but also maybe my expectations were too high because, you know, it had all that hype. So it's like, this is a conversation that happens every year with the World Song where it's like, what is the acceptable level of the World Song relative to the hype?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like I've really talked about the World Song the last couple of years because I didn't think it was particularly good. Whereas this year, I really enjoyed it. Like last year, Lil Nas made his own song and it was chill / cool.
It feels like they overcorrected in the opposite direction.
I will somewhat agree with you with that because I haven't listened to a ton of New Jeans, but I've been propagated some New Jeans in my life. And it's definitely not a song that sounds like New Jeans. But I don't care that as much about that because I'm not a fan of the artist.
I also don't like the style in this one.
Yeah, I thought the song was pretty whatever.
Yeah, the song, but the cinematic was like, oh.
It was super carried by the video.
So shout out to the cinematic team for that because I thoroughly enjoyed that.
This is Mark's tier list.
Oh yeah, you do need to move.
The only missing
you need to
one
move
is
the webcam.
Worlds Collide is the only one that's in C.
Yeah. Now
that one didn't even have a video, so it might as well, you know.
I didn't separate mine into song and video like some others did. I know you did, Manny, which like if I had to separate into song, like it would be different. I would personally rank Worlds Collide up a little higher if it was just on songs. But because they didn't release a video, I gave that portion like, oh, there's just no effort whatsoever. So
you have Warriors a lot higher than most others do.
Yeah, it's because
Where's Warriors?
Well, they all kind of
an S.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I give Warriors props. I put Warriors in A personally. What I give Warriors props for is establishing the whole thing, and like it or not, the rest of them, almost with the exception of Star Walkin', have been based on how that song is.
I give Warriors props because it felt like another moment where League was on the map. Like there were pictures of like the Imagine Dragons team playing League with like pros, casters, and like people behind the scenes, and I'm like, holy shit, like this game's actually a cultural thing, right? Like the year before they sold out the Staples Center in 45 minutes, like it actually, like I give Warriors props because it felt like it helped increase League and its relevance as like a cultural movement, you know? Which I think that's why I love Rise so much, is that it felt like it was rewarding on the heroes that were a part of that cultural movement, like with Ambition's story.
I also think that Warriors is a fucking good song.
I think it's decent.
Right?
I thought
Like,
it was decent.
It's good. It's
for
good,
what it was.
but it's the original one. It's like
Well, that's the thing.
rest of them.
I think people have looked back on Warriors with a lot of negative light because it's not what is popular music anymore. Right? It just isn't. The way that Imagine Dragons making music was the peak of culture at
Radioactive
the time.
was like one of the most played songs on the radio.
And Warriors fit right into that. Like for what it's worth, Warriors was an incredibly popular song when it came out. It's just that everything since then is still more popular sounding.
I agree. To add on to that, the two things that I'll add is that part of why it's not my favorite is that I actually like Imagine Dragons like other songs much better than that one.
That's
which does like for me somewhat take away from that. And second, it's the only world song still outside of Star Walkin' that I've heard my friends listen to and comment to me on.
The karaoke banger buff.
Well, it's not just that. It's like friends outside League. Like I had like friends outside League that like knew about Star Walkin' and Warrior. They're like, hey, did you like hear like Lil Nas' new song? I was like, yeah,
you know what it's for, right?
I've heard it every single fucking like show for the past 30 days, and I kind of hate it now.
I hear it in the bump in every single time we go to and from commercial break for the entirety of Worlds.
That song is my most played, whether I like it or not. It's real pissing me off.
My
That
thing
is true.
I think that the Ignite song it's pretty mid. The Ignite video
It's fantastic.
is my second favorite.
Yes.
Which one is that?
The one with the
Odd
like,
One,
animated-
Baron Nasher Steel. He plays Elise.
Yeah. The
and
weird art
Loveling
style.
Kha'Zix.
Loveling
Boaz
Kha'Zix is
Rumble.
my favorite part with the rumble.
Yeah.
thing. That was
I don't recognize this.
It's a really 2D style.
Wasn't it only like champions, like league champions only?
No, it was
no, that's
players.
that's Legends Never Die, which is by the way the worst one ever.
Dude,
relative.
I love Legends Never Die.
No, the song is amazing.
Yeah, the
the
song's
video
great.
is the worst one they've ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Minus Worlds Collide, where they didn't do a video.
Yeah, I actually kind of like.
Really?
World
Okay,
Squad.
I have a hot take here. I think Start Walking is the worst music video they've ever done.
Yeah, they
It's
only
literally
showed
like, what the fuck is this?
they only
But, like,
showed like
there's
20
no
seconds of Mecca.
esports in the Legends Never Die one.
Eh?
Well, with that song, it sounds like it would have the basis to be have an amazing
Takeover. I never want to listen to Takeover again.
I like Takeover a lot, but I know I'm in the minority on that one.
Takeover and
What's
Burn
the
It
one
All
next
Down,
to Takeover? Burn It All Down. I actually like
Those
I have it on
songs to me
playlists.
just sound too formulaic. Like they're in that world's anthem formula.
Yeah, but Burn It All Down I liked better by a lot.
I didn't like the Burn It All Down music video because Jin hits someone with a gun.
What?
Actually, I forgot how good the Phoenix music video was with like Faker and Caps.
Yeah.
And
And
good
Rookie.
music video.
and Rookie.
The music kind of sucked.
No, yeah, but the music video for that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I forgot like how good that was actually.
Yeah.
I'd be really curious if we all just... We have a lot of time.
We don't.
We
got
have
40 minutes and
We
more
have another
topics.
tier list.
We do.
Other tier list. All right.
This one's fun. I think you two are gonna like this
Are
one.
we gonna do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hang on. I gotta go back to the wide.
Yeah. So also, can you put our camera on the right instead of the left?
Oh, I've adjusted it in advance for this. I've got it's
Gentlemen,
going
one thing that we really love to do on this couch is reminisce, and I feel like this is the perfect time to reminisce about Worlds as a
Why
whole.
are they in this order?
It's a little scuffed, but
it just auto. So no matter what I do, I can't get the template to auto generate it in chronological order. So I will.
That's
manually,
great.
I have to manually
move 21
adjust
and
it.
20. Oh, it would have been faster if you move those up, sit all down. Anyway, you guys can argue. The four of us, we're gonna have to somewhat decide. I don't care what you argue for it to be in the tier. You can argue whatever the fuck you want. The criteria is
Can we
just
start with
what we think.
22 and S?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
22
think
goes in
that's-
S.
Yeah.
Should we go backwards or should we just go out of?
I
or
just
should we
think it's
go-
the easiest one to
Yeah.
place.
That one, can we do that and then start from the beginning? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
2022 is the best.
It's
Yeah.
We can all agree.
you're never gonna get a better story, and it was that. I also would like to put season 3 in S.
Ooh.
This
I
is
thought we
why-
just,
I
I thought we
hard
just
disagree.
established we were starting
From the beginning.
From the
Yeah.
beginning.
Oh, okay. Season
Okay,
2.
okay.
By the
Season
way,
2
on the couch, we all watched season 2 Worlds, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do like some fun. If you guys have any life events that like happen like year to year,
I graduated high school.
I
Okay.
was in 7th grade.
wow.
Yeah. I was in, like, my friends showed me the game and I had zero idea what the fuck was going on.
I was a sophomore in high school. I was playing
I was 12 years old.
League with some classmates, and I dropped Minecraft and Modern Warfare 3 for League. Pretty much. I love Minecraft. It's
Mark,
It was the
2012, what
first
happened?
league I ever saw. Mark is just fine.
What'd you do in 2012?
I was still in high school. I actually
You were junior.
no, I was a senior. That was my senior year. So season 2 Worlds would have been like late October, early November.
Yeah.
I had probably just finished submitting some of my last college applications before the deadline. And I remember it was probably the most stressful period of my pre-adult life, because I was in a dark enough spot with all the pressure of trying to take all these classes that I really couldn't handle all at once. Like maybe if I'd done them one at a time, but and then I was like trying to stress and putting like these college apps with like almost nearly failing grades. So yeah, that was
Oh god. damn.
Manny.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm just flipping through.
It was very funny.
We
Hilarious.
just leaked some DMs.
Oh, I'm sorry I leaked
That's
the
It wasn't
fine.
bad.
That's no, it wasn't
Or,
bad at all.
you know, at least what was at the bottom wasn't bad.
No, that was funny.
Oh my!
Season two, I'm going to argue season 2 is B, because for me it gets a lot of nostalgia points because it was the kind of the thing that like cemented that I was going to be into League of Legends for a while. But it's also I think it has some of the best stories from before like franchising or even before like LCS era.
Okay.
International teams going through.
Moscow 5 was a legitimate tournament favorite.
Yeah,
One
Moscow
of
5
them.
and Azubu Frost were like the top two for sure.
Yes.
But then the other thing is it's the last time that a non-China,
Major region.
Korea,
Yeah.
right?
And it was
Yeah.
pretty much non-Korea until 2018.
Yeah. And it was
Yeah.
PPA had the tournament of their lives, and Toys looked like the best player in the world for a single tournament.
Froggen versus Toys was the highlight of the tournament for me. And I will say that we must move this up a tier compared to the others because the technical difficulties in this tournament were fucking hilarious.
It gave us silver scrapes.
It gave us silver
like it or
scrapes.
not.
It gave us
I
silver
think
scrapes.
It goes to A, personally.
I can't put it in A, so I'm going to vote B.
I proposed B. I'd be down with A maybe, but then I feel like we're doing too much marketing.
There aren't enough memorable games to me. I remember...
I think there's a lot. Like, you had, like, the cheating scandal. You had
Okay, well, those are moments.
5
Those are
versus
moments.
TPA. You had, like, the
I remember
finals was pretty cool.
Toys versus Froggen.
Yeah.
I remember the Karthus pentakill, or a quadra-kill, the quad. What was the quad for the Karthus?
Yeah, God.
I think it deserves at least A by virtue of someone not LCK or LPL winning.
Jesus, that's just putting down
Can we
the
put
rest.
it?
I don't
Let's
like
put it in B and figure out where we want to put
Yeah,
everything.
I could consider it a low A if we don't have other A's.
Yeah.
All right.
To me, it's the best underdog story before 2022.
For me, season 3, this is S or A.
I would put it in, like,
I put it next in
C.
S.
I don't know. I'm kind of with man.
Really?
yeah.
Why'd you hate this Worlds?
Well, I guess on the positives, it's the first Worlds that Faker won. It's the first Worlds that Korea won.
Okay,
On the negative side, I believe it had the worst format of any Worlds that has ever happened.
Okay, that's fair. You're correct. You're correct. You're
Because
correct.
that was like
brutal.
single round robin group stage. Some teams
C9
get
played one best of
auto-seeded
3.
In
Yeah.
like
Teams
those-
played
terrible.
one best of 3.
Well, Cloud9 got auto-seeded in as the
Oh
first
yeah,
thing
because
into
the first
bracket.
seeds would just go
played
automatically to
one
bracket
best of
stage.
3.
And then it was it was just a best of 3 in the
And their
first.
strats got weak.
Oh my god.
And then the rest of the thing, like, Najin versus SKT was a good series, but I feel like it wasn't that exciting. And it was kind of exciting because it was like, League was like arriving on the main stage. But I just think it has the worst format we've ever had.
I agree. If you go back and watch that tournament, Faker was legitimately so much better than every other player. And it's really fun to watch because of that.
That was also during an era where just being the best player on the Rift can single-handedly carry games. It does not matter what anyone else does.
Yeah.
If you are just that much better during Season 3, you just fucking...
Piglet was really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, people say that Zeka had the best Worlds performance they've ever seen from a single player. And I always think that, like, it's, since Faker in Season 3. And, like, it's a different game, so like, I won't compare the two, right? But, like, how much better he was than everyone else was actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, he had a highlight reels worth of plays from a singular tournament, and there was only one mid laner whose name was Whites that was actually, like, was a better laner on some champs than Faker. Like, he played, like, Orianna and the Gragas very well in the Faker.
Was
But
this
Faker still found ways to solo kill him and, like, win these matches.
Was this the Royal Club? mid-laner?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Because Uzi was, like, this tournament also made Uzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Vayne games. I cannot accept this being lower than at least a B, and even then,
I think season 2 is better, so I think it can't be higher than that. Personally.
really.
I would put it at worst, I'd even think about putting it in the same tier, but for me, it's S or A. I'd, like, put it further down in the same tier.
For me, this was also my first World Championship that I ever watched, and I can proudly say that this is the only World Championship where I've watched every single game.
Yeah, so at this time in my life, I had just played my last round of competitive golf because I knew I didn't have any D1 offers. I didn't hit the ball far enough.
I cashed my first game of League of Legends in 2013.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
So I was playing League more seriously. I don't think I decided I wanted to play League collegiately, like, later on, but I had a friend that went to the same high school as me that was platinum and playing on the team. So I was like, I can do that. So that's how I started getting in the league.
Yeah. So
Because
do
I
we
just- I wanna
have a
compete.
consensus?
I feel like we're
B.
B.
B. Oh.
Just you guys. We're gonna move it further down, but I just want you to know this is SRA for me because there are too many things in this tournament.
I mean,
the Staples Center sold out in 45 minutes that put League on the map. There are a bunch of articles written about League.
This was also during a time where I actually really enjoyed the World's broadcast. Not to say like anything about the rest of the years, but this was one where
Monty and they had players
The
for like the
fucking-
first time.
yeah.
Double Lift was on like a lot of desks and one was really
Deficio
funny.
was also starting.
Crepo.
Too.
Yeah, Crepo was awesome.
There's so many things that I loved about. I felt like the broadcast personalities were just so enigmatic and also just like versatile, or like there's such good variety. At the
Monty's T1 hype train video
the
was used for so many things after
Yes.
that, and I loved it.
with the fucking train flute. The
Yeah.
yeah.
And the thing was is that it got every like there was a segment for that pretty much every single time he was on desk. Like he had cards to hand out to people like for tickets, but that was the one where like it progressively got to like he would keep on doing more.
Yeah.
So it was like I thought it was a really funny bit, and like that's why it was circulated because
Yeah.
they were that good.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason I guess I will put it in B just to cope is the Jungle Wars had like 30 CS in these games, and that sucks to watch. Yeah, like it's just it's like a weird game now, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, like, yeah, I think it shouldn't go lower than B at all.
Yeah,
So-
for me, it's like SRA.
Yeah.
But this tournament holds a special place.
Yeah.
Also, was this the one that Reckless played at, and then he had to get, or no, Pabu or Pusha had to sub in, or
Yes, it was.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
for
'cause
Fnatic.
yeah.
Reckless couldn't play in this tournament.
Too young.
Like he
Yeah.
was too young. Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, he was playing during the regular season, but then they said you can't play at World.
No, he was playing IEM tournaments.
Oh,
He was lit. I guess this was, yeah, I don't know if he was playing regular season or not, because I remember him, I think he had to start season 4.
yeah.
I don't think he played at all this year.
No.
Yeah. Or like he could play IEMs, but like, I guess EULCS was season 3, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because
Yeah.
Yellow Star originally was the support, the AD carry.
Yeah,
And then he moved
yeah,
to support,
yep.
replacing Enrage.
Yep.
I'm ready to
2014?
move to season 4.
It's my first year of college, and I watched the finals in a movie theater at 3 a.m. with the esports club.
Yeah, same.
And at my college, it's a good memory. Oh no, it was with seniors. We rented out a theater, like at their apartment complex, and we
fucking
filled it up.
sick.
Yeah, it was cool. We got popcorn and we got a bunch of energy drinks, and we did it up.
I did not do that.
To me, it was very meaningful because it was the first it was the first time I was like really fully into it. It was like the first time I like watched all the games, for example.
Okay.
And I also think there were a lot of very interesting individual games, like for example, OMG versus Fnatic, that people still think about today. There's the whole Kaboom storyline,
Kaboom Alliance.
Cloud9 and TSM. This is the only time TSM ever made it out of groups.
Yep.
TSM
This is S tier for me, solely off the fact that it was a sick Worlds. It's one of the few Worlds where people didn't know if white or blue would win, and the next few Worlds after this, there were overwhelming tournament favorites that were going to win like 90%. Right.
What I'm learning is you are both marked here. And there's going to be 0 worlds that end up in F tier for you guys.
No,
I
there,
would-
there, there will be lower ones for me.
I would put this one.
This one's S or A for me.
I would go A personally.
I'd probably put it in.
I have a lot of memorable games and moments from this Worlds.
Yeah.
It was the first Worlds that had this format that we were in until this year. And back then it was considered a good format, given what the other tournaments were.
Yeah.
And given the lack of experimentation around formats. And also, not everyone realized that Korea was that far ahead. And it was just Korea that was that far ahead. So like those 3 teams were fucking ridiculous. And this year the LPL teams were very good. Like I remember watching the top laner for, I think it was no, it wasn't OMG.
I mean, that's going for OMG.
Oh, Going was so sick. Yeah, it was Going. He
but-
was so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like,
Going was a fucking giga chat.
This tournament was really fun because like you knew it was probably going to be the winner of white and blue that won. But outside of that, you didn't know what would happen to get there.
Yeah. And then even then, Starhorn Royal Club gave them a good run for their money in the finals.
Yeah, but they were sick as fuck. And the story going up to that was also sick as fuck because blue was beating them all year.
Oh, yeah.
And then this tournament, white just figured it out.
Yeah, the whole Dade storyline where he's like, I'm the fucking general and I have the jacket, and they gave the jacket over the pawn, right?
Imagine Dragons in a sold-out football venue, a Korean soccer like World Cup venue.
A World Cup venue,
was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Back then,
Started the world's anthems, started the big ass like opening ceremony.
it was fucking sick. Yeah.
Like, we've had many like intro or opening ceremony intro speeches. In my heart, the 2014 opening ceremony speech by Castor June is the best one ever, and it is one of my favorite just performances he's ever done, because in every other ceremony that he's been part of for like an LCK finals or even a world championship, if it's in 2018 or if he's opening or something, he sounds really polished and he sounds really good, but it's also polished. In this one, I felt like it was just super raw, and he holds out this last like phrase at the end of his call, and I just remember getting super excited. It is like 3 a.m. over where I was living currently in Florida, because it was.
Is the broadcast on right now?
No, it's not. Well, it's on a countdown, but
The pre-show, there's a 15-minute pre-show before the thing starts.
So it starts at 9?
yeah.
Okay, because I would like to like be on the broadcast the minute that starts.
Sure.
So because we should start doing that.
A tier.
The minute, you mean the actual like champ select, or
No, like even like when the desk is going on. It's like we can at least like comment on the desk, right? Like what's going on. We can have our own conversation if we want, but
yeah. Are we gonna be able to hear it? I guess is the question.
we'll just mute the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can put it on the monitor for ourselves. Just make sure the mics aren't picking up, which should be fine with noise gates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Season 5.
I did think about this, even
Yeah.
if I wasn't here to execute or talk about it before.
Season
My bad.
5.
Season 5. This one, Faker ate broccoli on stage and did the Faker roll.
Did the Faker roll, yeah.
I think
And
that's about where the interesting stuff about it ends.
this was another season where going into the tournament, there were other Korean teams that were good.
I remember there was an Uzi story this
Because
year too.
Korean teams, I think this was the year that no Korean teams lost to another region.
Between Ku and who was the third team?
Lost a series or lost a game?
Lost a series. A game is aggressive, but it might have been like a 1 or 2 games overall.
Because I know they lost.
It was utterly ridiculous.
Who lost 1 game to Fnatic? Off the
Because
top of my
I
head.
believe this was the season that both Origin and Fnatic made it to semis.
Yeah,
And
because they both played Ku and the other played.
I remember the LPL broadcast. I would just call out Frost because she was someone I really looked up to at the LPL broadcast, and was, I think, the one that was really hyping up some of the LPL teams. And the Imp LGD team flopped so fucking hard.
Oh, yeah.
They
that
got
was-
blanked by fucking Origin. Mm-hmm. And then there was another team that just blanked really fucking hard at this Worlds in the group. And
EDG? Or no? Oh, I'm thinking of...
wait, was this the IG where it was the
No,
Juggernaut
no,
meta?
no, no,
Was
that's
this Juggernaut
2016.
meta? Oh my god, that was the saddest game of League of Legends I've ever watched.
Oh, whoa, wait. Juggernaut meta is Season 5.
Yeah, okay, so it was the game where Kakao got the super OP Skarner and did 900 damage in the game. And he got fucking fisted. And Rookie was playing his ass off, and that bot lane is probably the 2 worst players I've ever seen play a world.
You know why Season 5, from an NA standpoint, also has to go in like F tier? Because that's the
We got
NA 0-10.
fucking rocked.
We got 0-10.
I know it looked like the Cloud9 thing was gonna work.
this was another season
We
where
got
Faker...
like 4 minutes, so we
Yeah.
can finish the rest of this.
This was another season where Faker was legitimately so much better than everyone else that he was the best player in the tournament. And he had a ridiculous year this year because Easy Hoon took his spot in spring, and T1 were that good where they won. And then Faker came back, put together just this fucking ridiculous summer, and then went and like absolutely styled on Kuro in the finals.
D.
C or D?
D, fuck it. O10 was so depressing.
Yeah.
2016. A lot of really fun games from 2016.
Yeah.
even if
There-
the conclusion.
There are a lot of really good games.
This is
It
has
was the first good World Final we had.
This meta sucked.
It was but it gave us like MF support and some of the weird shit.
yeah.
This meta sucked.
It gave us, but like
the
how
Prey
many times
Ash
did you
Arrow.
get to see
Prey Ash Arrow, dude.
Faker alt as Orianna 3 times in one
This
fight?
meta was only fun to watch for T1 versus Rocks, which is still the best of 5 of all time
Samsung
for me.
series.
It was incredibly high level at the time.
It was the best of 5 I've ever seen and was for many years. And for me, it still is the best of 5 I've seen, given the level at the time.
I think the lowest you can give it is a C, but I would personally put it in B.
I would argue B.
Oh, that series was so good. I don't remember anything else from this Worlds besides that series, though.
This is when
We had the first good final.
we had Albus Nox advance, which
true.
to bracket,
Yeah, it's
which
just
is the first
depressing.
time that has ever
They've
ever
got
been done.
They got to semis, no? No, H2K.
No, H2K. got
Okay,
to
Forgiven
semis.
was sick this year.
Yonko,
H2K team was sick.
Yonkos also showed why he was a world-class jungler. I say
Forgiven was,
B.
yeah.
Exactly. That just even for the sake of the Yanko scream being in every piece of Yankos related media for the
Yeah.
rest of time, that started here.
I mean, also,
Forgiven and Yankos were
yeah,
really good.
and
actually.
even the fucking INTZ Revolta having a monster Lee Sin game against EDG, banger.
Oh, I forgot season 4 was the Kaboom meme.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Season 4, yeah.
My boy.
So are we thinking like B then?
Yeah.
Oh, also Flame was at Worlds, and this Worlds, and that matters to me.
B.
2017. I know we all have thoughts on the meta.
What was this?
This
That
was
was
one the
Sensor.
Samsung
Art
one.
and Censor
Oh, I
meta.
loved it. I love art and censor meta.
I
It's because you're a Lulu enjoyer.
And a
this
tank
was a
player.
memorable finals to me. It is a memorable tournament. I predicted that Samsung would win in the bracket stage, and I was a coach at the time, and I had them beating T1.
I think
Not a lot of people had.
For
Just had
me-
faith in T1.
for me, this tournament only is impressive on 3 things. One, the Samsung upset and the amazing story out of that. 2, the fact that we got Legends Never Die out of it, which is one of my favorite.
It matters
world
to you. It's
anthems
kind of based.
all the time.
I don't remember anything outside of T1 and Samsung though.
I don't either.
Yeah,
This was
the
The Faker Galio series. The Faker Galio series.
That was good.
C9 should have made semis a year before they
Oh,
actually did.
okay. You know what? Misfits SKT was actually kind of a
No,
Liz
the
series.
Faker Galio series. He played RNG, 5 games of Galio.
Oh, and he just played my face.
and he did things on Galio that no one had ever seen. And it was actually, and his team was really bad. But
Yes.
he made some of the most ridiculous plays like every game. And you're just watching
He
this
just
like,
dragged.
Jesus Christ, Faker. Like,
Oh, was this the Huni Peanut?
this is, yes, for me, this is the last iteration of Worlds where Faker was truly great. And it's because of this best of 5. In this best of 5, he did things that were just so fucking disgusting. It was actually it's worth watching just for Faker Galio highlights.
Damn.
I still put this one like C.
Yeah.
I'd put it C.
C.
Art and Senso was too much of a nightmare.
Okay, damn one. I actually loved and hated the flex pick meta, but I thought it was a very fun Worlds.
Which one? 2018?
2018?
2018.
Yeah.
This is the flex
Oh,
pick
really?
meta.
I put this one in F
Unfortunately,
Why is it F for you?
because
Do
we
you
had
hate the meta?
no. It's because one, the ending was so boring. It's the only world
Yeah,
that I've turned
got fucking-
off.
Fnatic got fucking steam.
Yeah, 5 minutes into game 3, I turned off Worlds because like, okay, yeah, we know what's happening here.
Fnatic got fucking steamrolled.
And then the other thing I remember about this tournament was there was just a lot of team killing, right? China versus China, Korea versus Korea, and it's like, cool. We already know this shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's not interesting storylines this year.
No, that was G2 RNG.
Cloud9 made semis. Fnatic made semis. If you're a big fan of the West, you liked it. But
yeah.
G2 RNG was an awesome series. I guess like one of the better World
Yeah.
Series I've ever watched for me. You know,
And neither team won, so it was like, cool.
this was also KT versus IG, which was the true final,
Yeah.
and
No,
that
was
series was
insane.
fucking amazing.
But
Yeah.
it happened.
Quarters.
Yeah, it happened in fucking quarters. Yeah,
But it was
the
a fucking
storylines were terrible.
amazing. It was a fucking amazing series.
Sure, but then you have the 3 quarters left of the tournament.
I know.
You know, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. I think there is a lot of things, like Manny said, that was awesome.
KT was so
Where we had even for the EU teams that didn't get out of groups, I have so many good memories of the Vitality games. Those were some of the most lit group games I ever saw, where just you had Attila bringing out Draven against Uzi of all people and not giving a fuck, and they just formed a whole game plan about we're diving Uzi over and over and over again. So like, I would personally put this at C because I don't think all the bads, like, I'm also depressed about this final, but like, I think there's also good things from that are kind of equal about the 2017 where like this was good, but this was also like boring or bad. So
Matt, what do you think?
I could even argue D.
C or D.
Yeah.
I'd put it D.
It's my only F tier Worlds.
All right. I'm
D.
D.
All right, 2019 FPX.
I'm trying to remember this Worlds.
That one also had
OnePlus Phoenix.
another disappointing final.
For context, this was also the year I was the most depressed I've ever been. So I don't remember a ton about the year, to be honest.
I don't remember as much because this was my first year working. So like, I will say for 16, 17, and 18, like I worked my summer camp those 3 years, and I didn't really watch a lot of League in the summer.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit more disconnected with things overall. 19, I was working, and I was pretty disconnected with things. So like, I got back into the last few Worlds, just given COVID and life. But I thought G2 were actually like really fucking good and could have won this year, and they just didn't show up on the day. And for me, that made this a really fun World. I really believe that this G2 was an amazing team, and I really liked watching
Yeah.
them
We
play
did have
compete.
G2 versus SKT as well.
That was a really good semi for me.
Yeah.
Even if the final wasn't good, I still think it was a good final going in. It's just G2 played bad.
Yeah.
They got beat.
I agree. Like everything that's set up for it, G2 was potentially going to be the first team that ever accomplished the Golden Road. They cleared MSI so hard, like, because by the time we got to finals and they just 3-0'd us, Team L, that was like, it was
Also,
everything just leading up to like what could have been the strongest EU team ever.
The lore of how good G2 were as well was some of the funniest shit ever. Because like you just be like, yeah, they had Perks playing like Blitzcrank AD, and they just used it to beat our Enchantresses, and we couldn't beat it. And it was like, you just, like get consistently stories out of this, and like every team had a story. They're like, yeah, Caps and Perks, they role swapped. Or no, it was like, there was one where like Wonder just wanted to play AD to prove like this AD was that bad, and like they won. You'd have like stories like this come out about this team, and that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were that good.
This was also when I feel like almost every one of G2's members was like, well, I would say this is like Yankos and Caps peak. I just remember the things that Caps did on Yasuo this tournament, and I was just like, what the hell?
Perks was really good on Yasuo in this tournament too. Like Perks was legitimately having an unreal marksman tournament.
Yeah.
Like it was really cool to watch. And I really feel like part of the downfall of G2 was that Perks wanted to play mid again.
He no longer wanted to be in that role.
Yeah.
It's hard because I also don't remember watching a lot of this one.
C. It's
We're at
mid.
9 minutes until champ select. Matt.
C.
C.
Are they doing desk stuff?
Yeah.
Can we throw that up and then mute it for now?
Yeah, we can't throw it up like on screen, but
We can throw it up on our screen.
On that screen.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, let's rapid fire these ones.
What can we put the broadcast on though?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of that.
2021 is B for me. Like Damwon EDG was a good final.
Yeah.
What did we decide 2019 was?
C.
See,
2020 B, C.
Hang on, I just got to do this first.
It was cool for Dam 1, but it was the
Yeah.
first Worlds in COVID, and that kind of sucked.
Oh yeah, that broadcast was
That is
funny.
just unfortunate, you
Yeah.
know. So I would put it F.
F.
I don't know, like
I'd be down with
D.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with
Just
D.
like not having those games
There we go.
is super depressing.
2020 being B, I think, or D, I think I'd be okay with.
I thought 21 was more fun than 20.
Yeah, I mean 20 was just bad.
Oh no,
Oh, nice.
they're roasting us live.
They are roasting us.
All right, Manny, is there a way to?
For you guys to see that and see this? No.
No. Is there a way for us to hear this, but for stream not to?
If you guys turn on the volume, it should go.
Remote. All right.
Because it shouldn't be, as long as it's low, it shouldn't get picked up by the mic.
It is on.
I would, if not F, I would put 2020 at D, and then I put 2021 at C.
I'm down with that.
That's fun.
Yeah, so right now we have S is just 2022, A is 2014, B is 2, 3, and 2016, C is 2017, 2019, 2021, D is 2015, 2018, 2020. I think we do need to balance this slightly.
Dude, BDS 3.0 is not happening. Sorry, Goldberg. Expect the meme.
Yeah.
I think we have to move up
One of the C tiers.
one of the B tier, or one of the B tiers as
Oh,
well.
really?
I think season 2 should move up, personally.
What are the other ones in there?
B is 2, 3, and 2016.
Oh, I think we should put the Taipei Assassins one in A.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
that's
what I'm
fine. It's
thinking.
fine. It's
I'm
fine.
down.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm thinking TPA goes to A tier, so then we have season 3 in 2016 in there, and then C is 2017, 2019, and 2021. I would make a case for 2021 to go up because of the bracket stage, because we had, I think,
There were a lot of good series in
all
that
of the
bracket stage.
semis and finals all went to 5 games.
Yeah.
EDG won.
Okay, that's
EDG
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
One was really fun.
Yeah.
Like, they were legitimately good series, even if they were team kills. Like, there were good series played. That was the series. One series, like, Gen G just played Renex and Azir, and everyone lost their fucking minds, and they went, like, yeah. Shit like this.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try to unplug and replug in this HDMI and just see if that brings the volume back up.
What's wrong?
Also, I think we'll cut the podcast there, and then we'll just
Yeah.
get in the watch party mode now.
Make sure if you are an audio only listener to tune into a video format this week so you can see the dogs.
Woo!